Abigail! What the heck do you think you're doing? Did you leave Ava on my front doorstep?
Ah, good. You found her so early in the morning. That's such a relief for me.
You could have done anything, but you thought it was best to ring my doorbell and run off early in the morning?
Well, it's not good to leave a 1-year-old child outside for a long period of time by themselves.
If you knew that, then you shouldn't have done that. And besides, what if I refused to let her into the house? Then what would you have done?
But if I had some errands to run, then I guess there's not much I could have done about it.
No matter how close you are to your neighbors, you can't just leave your child the way you did. It's barbaric.
But you're a full-time housewife now. So what's the problem, Katrina? You are free, right? So there should be no issues with looking after my daughter.
How many times do I have to say this to you? I had no choice but to quit my job as my husband's company is making him transfer. My family would be moving somewhere else.
Yeah, that's why I objected to that. So you can take care of my daughter, you see. Now that my friend next door has become a full-time housewife, it's easier for me to leave my daughter with her. It wouldn't work at all if you and your husband had to move. That's why your husband should just move by himself and leave his family alone.
Don't you see what you're saying right now is so selfish, Abigail?
No, not really. Look, I'm meeting up with someone right now. We'll talk about this later.
Wait a minute, Abigail. You can't just bail on the conversation. You're causing so much trouble. You can't just do this to your own daughter. Abigail! How could you just leave Ava on my front doorstep once again? Now you're just being totally irresponsible when it comes to your child's well-being.
Oh, hey. Wow. You were a bit late in noticing her today, weren't you?
I just found out about 30 minutes ago. I went out to run some errands and I decided to go to my parents' house in the neighboring town. My husband, who was at home, heard what seemed to be the sound of crying around by our front door early this morning. He went out to have a look and was shocked to see that it was Ava bawling her eyes out, so we let her inside.
No, what? Your husband hasn't left you alone to go to his new job yet?
Abigail, I'm moving from this house in a week's time. That's it. You can't keep doing this. I heard that the temperature this morning was a lot cooler than usual for this time of year. How could you leave a 1-year-old outside in the freezing cold weather?
Right, okay. Just take care of my daughter, please and thank you.
You're being such an irresponsible mother. My house is not a child care center.
I don't care for all the finer details. I'm just asking for this one tiny little favor. Besides, you got a child to take care of anyway, Katrina. Having another kid to look after is hardly going to change anything.
You know that my child is an elementary school student, right? During the daytime like today, it's a school day.
So? It means that you have a lot more extra time on your hands to look after my daughter.
That's not how it works, Abigail.
No, great. I'll leave you to take care of her. I'll be back later tonight.
Are you even listening to me, Abigail? I'm not a child care center.
Hey, I promised a friend that I would hang out with them today.
Really? It's such an unavoidable task that you have to ditch your daughter again to hang out with a friend?
Yes, of course. Since you become a full-time housewife, your help has been impeccable. On that note, enjoy your time with my kid, and I'll catch up with you later.
Abigail, if you're going to keep causing trouble, I'll just have to put my ideas into action. Let that be a warning to you.
Hello? I left Ava at your front door over an hour and a half ago, and I still haven't got any messages from you. Are you there, Katrina? Since I haven't heard from you, does that mean you're finally agreeing to take care of my daughter?
What are you on about, Abigail?
I mean, either way, I'll be back in 3 days' time, so thank you for taking care of her again.
Abigail, there's no way this is happening right now. Did you try to leave Ava at my house again?
I I didn't try to leave her there. I did leave her at your house. It's been an hour and a half already, so obviously you've let her into your house, right? The fact that you didn't contact me is proof above everything else.
No, I don't remember accepting your daughter into my house without directly asking me. Didn't you hear me telling you that it was going to be -3 degrees this morning? It's a really cold morning, Abigail, and since you're a mother, it's on you if you didn't consider that in your so-called plans.
I had no choice but to do that. I can control the weather. I'm already on the plane right now, so just get my daughter from your front door and look after her for a while. Since you live next door, you're like family to me, so I can request anything from you without any hassles. It's such a lucky thing to have.
Are you serious? You know that I'm also on a plane, right?
Huh? No, I'm on a plane, silly. What are you talking about?
I've already told you about this, Abigail. I said this time last week that I was moving out of my house. Today is the moving out day.
Oh, right. So your husband has finally left you behind. Of course you'll be at home by yourself then.
No, I'm with my child as well.
Oh, yes, of course you're with your child. You're with my child as well.
That's not it at all, Abigail. I'm only with my child right now, not yours. It was a plan all along for my whole family to move away together.
I have to turn off my phone now. The plane is about to take off.
Abigail? Abigail, is your phone on again? If your husband isn't picking up any of his calls, I guess your phone might also be turned off. We're already working on getting some care for Ava since you abandoned her. By leaving her in my care, you've really put yourself between a rock and a hard place, Abigail. You better be prepared for what is going to come next. Well, I guess from now on, I won't be in touch with you. Once you get this message, you should contact your husband as soon as possible.
Oh, Katrina, I just landed. I'm just in the airport's arrival gate now. I might have to wait a while to get a car back, so it might take about an hour to get home maybe. If it starts to get a little late, I'll just stay at a nearby hotel for the night. So, could you please look after Ava for just one more night? That would be great.
Abigail, I may be wrong, but did you have your phone turned off for your entire trip?
Huh? What do you mean?
You need to go back through your chat history to understand what's been going on here. It seems like you've never got in touch with your husband after all.
Huh? Would have helped my husband. What? What do you even mean? Katrina, did you try to contact my husband or something?
I suppose you saw your chat history from 3 days ago then.
What the heck do you mean by your messages? By the time I moved in next door to you, my husband was already working away from home. It would have been nice if he returned every 6 months or so, though.
Yeah, you've told me all this before, Abigail. You said the reason why you wanted to move into that house is so that you could be in your husband's hometown.
Yeah, that's true, but how can you talk to my husband?
Well, my husband and I were childhood friends, and we were born and raised in that same area. As you know, we got married. Your husband was also from the same place as us and went to the same elementary and middle school together. In other words, we have known him way longer than you.
What? Well, this is just a small world, isn't it?
I exchanged contact information through my husband, and now there's no need to contact your husband directly about what you've done.
No, wait, what? Oh, this can't be happening.
Since you decided to leave your daughter again a week ago, I contacted your husband and explained the situation. He said his mother was at home, and that I could go to your mother-in-law for help.
My mother-in-law is involved now? No.
Your mother-in-law's house is literally only a 10-minute car ride away. In addition to that, the old lady who lives diagonally across from my house knows your mother-in-law, so she was able to help out as well.
What the heck is that extreme reaction to you taking care of my daughter?
3 days ago, when you left Ava at my front doorstep, The old lady immediately came over and took care of her once she saw her sitting there by herself. She raced back to her house and called your mother-in-law, and she came over and took care of Ava.
You can't do that. Where's my Ava now?
Based on the recent events, I assume your mother-in-law is taking much better care of her than you ever would. I didn't even want to touch on what I was hearing, but why didn't you just check on her yourself?
No way. It was your job to check on her and take care of her while I was away. This has made me extremely angry.
Even if you say things like that, it's not going to help. I don't know your mother-in-law's contact information.
Then why don't you check with my husband?
Why should I have to do it? I'm still unpacking from moving into my new house.
I'm only asking you to check on my daughter. What's the big deal?
She isn't my daughter. You're the one that needs to do it. I'm starting my new day job the day after tomorrow. It seems like it's a complete waste of time trying to talk to you about how important it is to look after your own child.
A complete waste of time?
Yes, you need to do everything on your own. It's your mess, so you clean it up.
How dare you say something like that to me? I'm absolutely disgusted right now.
You left Ava in the -3-degree weather in the early hours of the morning. You don't need to say how horrible I'm being when you don't even care about your own daughter. I see no point in continuing this conversation if you can't see what you've done is wrong. See ya, Abigail.
My husband filed a divorce from me.
Wait, Abigail? It's been a few weeks since we last talked.
And I lost custody rights to Ava. Even my own parents are super angry at me and have disowned me. Why is everyone so against me?
Oh, I got a call from your husband saying that he owes me an apology for what you did to me, and that he found out that you were having an affair, and that the last trip you went on with your secret lover was actually a love affair vacation. What's more is that you lied to your lover that you were in fact single and not dating anyone.
Well, if you just took care of Ava, like you were supposed to, none of this would have happened.
At that point, I was moving my family and we were boarding a plane to our new home. I told you many times that I was moving, but you didn't care about anyone else in the situation and did what you wanted to do. You can't blame me for your wrongdoings.
Your stupid husband should have been the only one who moved so that you could take care of my daughter. Stop lying! This is your fault!
It wasn't my selfish decisions and my infidelity that led to Ava needing childcare. It should have been your own responsibility. From the beginning to the end, there was no other conversation had other than that I was moving away. I told you and you didn't listen.
But you can't do this to me.
I'm constantly repeating the same things over and over again. I'm done. I've had enough of you.
But wait a minute. Katrina, please?
There's no point. I'm done waiting. Enjoy your new single life, Abigail.
You can't just end it like that, Katrina!
I couldn't believe the reason that Ava needed childcare was for Abigail to have a love affair vacation. My first thought was that Ava is now safe, away from her mother. We made a decision to contact the husband when Ava was left at my doorstep for the second time. On the third time, we had the help from the mother-in-law and the old lady across the road. I felt so relieved that the plan worked out. Also, during the second and third times that she abandoned her daughter, there was already an investigation launched into her affair. She is now paying alimony for what she's done. The partner that she cheated with and who she had deceived also paid up. She can't rely on anyone as they have all disowned her. It seems like she spends her days working from morning to night while the energy in her soul runs out. I guess that's what you get for not looking after your own child.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Fern. I'm wondering if you could hurry it up and get that divorce, please. I only have a little while left before I need to have things start happening, so let's go. Excuse me? Who am I speaking to right now? It's me, Jewel. I happen to be the cute little girlfriend of your CEO husband. Do you have any clue that what you just said to me is very contradicting? And what about what I said was contradicting to you? Well, you just confessed to saying that you are going out with a married man right now, and you did so to his wife. You understand that's a big no-no to be going out with another woman's husband, don't you? Well, I'm sure in your average case, that's true, but he and I are totally in love with one another, so this is a bit different. Not cheating in any way, right? So please don't compare me to those other nasty people that love to go out with married people. Well, I'm sorry, but you are the exact same as those other nasty people. No matter what you try and think of yourself, you're going out with my husband, which means that you are in an affair with him. Huh? Also, the fact that you started texting me just to tell me right away that you want me to divorce him so that he can be all yours only furthers my thoughts that you might have something seriously wrong with your head. Huh? Well, if you're going to start getting upset over your own actions like that now, then go right ahead. But I'm not going to waste my time talking with you anymore. I have better things to do with myself, and that also means I've got better things to do with my husband as well. Oh, so you are planning on leaving him then? I've been aware of my husband cheating on me for some time now, and I was just getting around to wanting to find out who he might be with. Well, aren't you happy to see that he's not going out with some scary old witch behind your back? How old are you, Jewel? Me? I'm 25 years old. Oh, so you're the same age as me then. What? I happen to be 25 years old myself. There happens to be a 13-year gap between myself and my husband, and that's probably why most people think of me as a lot older than I really am. I'm sure that was the case for you too, right? Huh? You're the same age as me? Can you tell me when your birthday is? In June. I happen to have mine in September. So that means you happen to be the one just a bit older than me, right? You're lying, right? Well, it's not like that should really matter to either one of us, now should it? When it comes to you being the one that my husband's cheated on me with, age is not that important. Well, for the time being, I'm going to work on getting all the evidence of this little affair with my husband in order. And if need be, I'm going to get myself a lawyer. A lawyer? You shouldn't be surprised by any of this. I feel much better having a professional by my side as I go through the steps of divorce, especially when it has to do with my husband cheating on me. Ah, I see. Now, I'll give you a call or text when all of my things are in order on this end. I didn't expect for things to go this far with you, or for you to make such a big deal out of it, but as long as you're still thinking about getting that divorce, then I'm all right with it. I would like you to remember that I might be coming to you for more information later on, so please do not forget anything. Also, if you happen to try and do anything to mess with my evidence gathering or try to lie to me now about all of this, that is not going to end well for you, so please leave me alone. As long as you're going to get that divorce, I'll let you do whatever you need to. Hey, are you still not divorced from him yet? You said that you were going to be searching for more evidence and all, but if it's going to take you this long, then I'll just give it to you. Can you please just hurry it up and get that divorce? Look, in 2 months, your husband is supposed to be holding his 10-year anniversary party for his company, right? When the time comes, I would like to be his new wife and have him show me around to all of his business partners. As for yourself, every day longer you spend with him wanting that divorce means that you will only feel worse and worse about yourself when the time really does come to leave him. I would really not like you going to that party instead of me, all right? If things came to that, then I might have to show up and embarrass you. So please, hurry up and leave him. I think I've figured it all out now. I know what the reason is for you not getting a divorce yet. You really want to stay in that spot as the CEO's wife, don't you? You're afraid that when I steal that life of being with your money-making CEO husband who happens to have everything you could ever ask for, you'll have no luck with another man as rich as him and will have to lay down and cry for the rest of your life, right? You would also have to give up your place in that really expensive penthouse where you're able to look down on everyone like ants and call them all trash. That's why you keep holding out on this divorce, right? But you're going to have to leave him. So you'd better make it now rather than later, all right? Please and thank you. Jeez, oh please. I understand that getting this divorce is going to be very difficult for you. But the longer you wait to do it, the worse the pain will feel, right? Also, the longer you make this take, the more and more money I'm going to be asking from you in the settlement, all right? Well, I guess if you really want to be paying more, then be my guest. How about this? How about I choose the day you have to be divorced from your husband by the end of this month? In other words, in another 10 days. That happens to be the day that I need to get out of the apartment I'm currently living in and want to move into that penthouse with your man. I'll be there in the morning of that day, and that will begin the life of me living with Jacob. So hurry this up. Divorce Jacob and get out of there. Hey, Fern. Jacob is telling me that you're the one whose name is on that penthouse. There is no way something like that is normal, right? I cannot believe what I'm hearing from him. I have no reason to. There's no way a housewife like you could have the money to pay for the monthly rent on a place as luxurious as that. Are you not embarrassed by making your husband lie about something like that? I'm sure some people think that they will get the place once the divorce happens as a part of the couple's properties being split, but that hasn't happened yet. And also, I want to live in that penthouse. I am not going to let you have the place. No way. You hurry up and leave, Jacob, and then get the heck out of there. Jacob just sent me a text letting me know something amazing. He said that this afternoon he's going to be bringing your guys' divorce papers to the courthouse and will be getting that divorce. You really have been a thorn in my side this whole time. But looky here. I get to leave my apartment today and move into that penthouse with him. So I need to get to work myself preparing all my things for the big move. So see you never. Huh? Why the hell did you just kick Jacob out of that penthouse? I just got here from my old apartment with all my things ready to move into that place, and now I'm stuck out here? My, oh my. You're finally responding to me again, huh? The other day you and Jacob had a little chat, right? The penthouse that he and I had been living in for a while now is under my name. And I told you I know that that's a lie, so I have no reason to believe you. How the hell could a housewife like you ever be able to afford a place like that in this part of town? But here's the thing. I'm not a housewife at all. What? I'm not going to go into much detail, but when my father gave me his company, that allowed me to start working from my home. Also, this penthouse was given to me after my father had passed away, as it used to be his. So I have every right to the place and will not be losing it in the divorce. Huh? So in other words, even if you think I couldn't afford this place, it wouldn't matter as this place was given to me by my late father. Well, I'll have you give that place to me one way or another. There has to be a way to get it from you in the divorce. I already told you that this was the last day of my lease on the old apartment, right? So I am not letting you steal our home from us. Well, listen, Jewel, what did I just say to you? Huh? I said that I received this penthouse from my father when he passed away. And that was before I married Jacob even, so there's no way you're going to be able to get it from me in the divorce. So that means once this divorce is done with, my name will still be on the place. Are you kidding me? Nope. And that's why I've kicked Jacob out of here. No way. Also, the fact that the last day of your lease on that apartment has nothing to do with me. It's not my fault that you made the mistake of thinking this place was Jacob's and went ahead and ended your lease on that place. That's right. Hey, what about the settlement? What are you talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about. You and Jacob got a divorce, so you pay me that settlement. Are you okay? I just said, when you get a divorce, you have to pay Jacob and I a settlement. I've heard that it's normal for someone like you to have to pay us $30,000, so that's what I'd like from you right now. And when it comes to the properties being split in this divorce, I'd like you to give us $500,000. Now hurry it up. I'm sorry, but huh? If you are able to give me all that right now, then we don't need a stupid penthouse. We can get ourselves a lovely home to start our new life together in. So hurry it up and give me that money so that I can buy a place for us. I was planning on having my lawyer come and talk with you guys. Ah, is that right? Well then, I'll go and ask that lawyer to hand me the paperwork for the settlement and properties that you owe both of us. Or better yet, you should get those from him. I think you are totally confused. The ones that are going to have to pay off a settlement will be both you and Jacob. Huh? And when it comes to splitting our properties, that's not happening here. Huh? What do you mean by that? I'm the one that wants to ask you what you were going on about just then. How the hell did you think that you were going to get a settlement from me? How? It should always be the woman getting the settlement, right? Pfft. That's why I'm saying I have the right to some money from you in the form of a settlement. You didn't even know about that? Well, if that's what you're going to base your claim off of, I also happen to be a woman, so where's my settlement from you at? What? Let me explain what's happening this time. I am going to be getting a settlement from the two offenders that had an affair. One settlement will be from my husband who cheated on me, and the other settlement will be from his girlfriend, you. And the person's sex has no connection to any of this. Are you serious? Then at least hand me that $500,000 that you're supposed to be giving us. Hurry up, please. Are you perhaps talking about the amount of money I received from my father in his will after he had passed away? I am. I heard all about that money from Jacob. So you're not going to get away with lying to me about how you don't have that kind of money or anything. Well, Jewel, when it comes to anything that was given to me in my father's will, it will not become a part of any property splitting after a divorce. It's the same deal as my penthouse. I got it before I even started dating Jacob, so it's none of his to have. What? I'm sure that to the average person, or someone who just has never experienced a divorce before, some of this stuff would be hard to understand. But in your case, well, you're just a complete idiot about all of this. You happen to be the same age as me, but it's like I'm talking with a first grader or something here. How have you been able to live on your own for this long? Normally, I would just give up and block you over something like this, but you've shown to me that there really might be something medically wrong with you. I'm a little worried about what's happened to your head. Huh? Wait a second. So all of that means I'm not going to be getting a settlement or $500,000 from you? And instead, I'm going to have to pay you a settlement? That's what I've been saying here. No freaking way! Also, there is one other thing to add. I know that right now you're in shock after learning some of the most basic stuff, but I'd like you to prepare yourself. For what? That company that Jacob was the CEO of, it went bankrupt. Bankrupt? Well, his company was never that big and only had about 5 people working there. And after a few years, it was always underperforming in terms of profit. Recently, however, I think he started to date you and everything, and that led to him never going into work to try and help the company recover any. Instead, he just left his employees to try and figure things out while he was out with you somewhere. And, well, soon after that, the others started to get fed up with him not caring anymore, and all of them quit at the exact same time. Apparently, they all went and started their own company and took all the customers that Jacob had with them. And because of all that, Jacob's company went under for good. What? Lies! Jewel, you still happen to be working, right? When it comes to Jacob, he's going to have to pay me the settlement in one lump payment, and that will probably clear out all his savings. Then there's also the cost of his company going bankrupt, which has put him into loads of debt. So I'm thinking that for a little while, the two of you are going to have to rely on your income to live. What the heck are you talking about? I never heard about any of this from him. But you both happen to love one another very much, right? So even without any money, you both will be all right. Oh, wait. I already left the job I had, though. Oh? I thought that I'd be going to live in that penthouse with a CEO and would never have to work in my life again. I see. And, well, now you're asking me to pay you a settlement as well. How? How am I going to be able to live when things like this are happening to me? Well, why not start by looking for a new job and making an income again? What? That's about all I have left to say to you, Jewel. In a little bit here, I believe a lawyer will be arriving to talk with you, so I'll let them take it from here. Goodbye now. No way! Wait, Fern! No. What is going on here? Right after that, my lawyer had arrived to talk with both of those delinquents. Jewel began to freak out about the fact that she had ended the lease on her old apartment that day and would have nowhere to go. But the lawyer was able to see that after she had left her previous job, she had quite a bit of money in her accounts. And it was just enough to pay me the settlement I'd ask her for. And so I was able to get all that money in one large payment. In Jacob's case, he was able to pay me in one lump sum as well, using all the savings he had. But this would come at a major cost to him, as he was planning to use that money to pay for his failed business. I guess now he'll really be stuck having to take out even more loans in order to pay the other banks. And this might become one huge cycle of him getting a loan after loan to pay off other loans, unless he gets himself a real job again and brings in something. After that had all been taken care of and my lawyer was walking away from those two, they said that Jewel and Jacob started talking about splitting. They eventually did break up and are both back living with their parents right now. And while staying at their parents' houses, they both have been put to work making back all the money they will need to pay off debts and get out of the house. Just the other day, I had crossed paths with Jewel out on the town, and compared to the last time I saw her, she no longer looked like she was the same age as me. I'm thinking that the stress of all this has really gotten to her, and that she started to age at 3 times the rate I am. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey there, Michael. I bet you've been waiting by your phone for the day I'd finally text you, am I right? Or am I right? You probably still have my number saved under the one that got away, don't you? Wow, how long has it been even? It must have been like 8 whole years. That's practically a lifetime in the desert of no Ashley. So, how have you been all this time? I bet it was utterly terrible to be apart from your favorite Ashley. Did you even manage to function? Did you eat properly? Tell me everything.
Ashley? Is that really you? It's been so long I almost don't recognize the number. Wow, it's, great to hear from you, I guess. Unexpected, definitely. How have you been?
Oh, I can totally understand how great it must be for you to hear from me. It's like sunshine after a very, very long rainstorm. Like, can a fish go 8 years without water? Can a person go 8 years without breathing? That's how you must have felt without my radiant presence in your life.
I was never all that great in biology, so I couldn't really say, but I appreciate the analogy. Anyway, can I help you with something? Like, is there a specific reason you texted me after all this time?
Oh my God, you totally read my mind. There is something incredibly important I wanted to talk to you about. Something that could change our lives. A little birdie, okay, fine, it was Stacy from 10th grade on Facebook, told me you went to the reunion. I almost choked on my organic kale smoothie when I heard. You never used to go to those before. You said they were beneath you. What was so incredibly special about this one that made you show your handsome face? Don't even try to tell me it wasn't special. You showing up, it's practically a scene from a romantic comedy. The universe is clearly trying to tell us something.
Look, it really wasn't a big deal. Some old friends are going, the ones I actually used to hang out with. And I thought it would be nice to catch up, see how everyone's doing. That's all. Nothing cinematic about it.
Catch up? Oh, honey, we have a lot more than just catching up to do. This is fate, Michael. pure, unadulterated, sparkly fate with little cherubs flying around.
Fate? Ashley, it was a class reunion in the high school gymnasium. People go to those things to eat bad pizza and awkwardly talk about their jobs.
But you went after all this time. You must have been thinking about me. Did you see anyone who, swooned at the mention of my name? Were they devastated by my glorious absence?
No one specifically swooned, Ashley. It was mostly just polite conversation about mortgages and kids.
Oh, they were probably just trying to play it cool. You know how people can be. Oh yeah, Ashley? Haven't thought about her in ages. But I bet they were secretly weeping into their lukewarm punch.
I really didn't get that impression. Everyone seemed reasonably content.
Well, don't worry your handsome little head about their lack of taste. The important thing is you were there and now I'm here. And you know what that means, right? It's practically written in the stars.
Honestly, Ashley, I am genuinely not entirely sure what you think it means. To me, it just means we're texting after 8 years.
It means it's time for us to properly reconnect, like we were always meant to, like two halves of a very stylish whole. So, guess what incredibly romantic thing I was thinking?
What were you thinking, Ashley? This is making me increasingly nervous. My palms are actually sweating a little.
Dinner, this Saturday, just the two of us, my treat. There's this absolutely divine sushi place I know, super expensive, the kind where celebrities go.
Ashley, I don't know if that's such a great idea. I appreciate the offer, but...
What? Why not? It'll be just like old times, but even better. You're all successful and sophisticated now. Didn't you become the CEO of your own company?
I mean, yeah, but I don't see what that has to do with anything.
It has everything to do with our dinner. You can totally afford the really good stuff. The uni, the toro, the works.
It's not about the money, Ashley. It's just complicated. My Sundays are usually pretty booked.
Complicated how? Is it your incredibly busy schedule of being devastatingly handsome? Don't worry, I'm flexible. We can do Monday or Tuesday. My social calendar is surprisingly open for my soulmate.
No, it's not my social calendar. Ashley, there's something I really need to tell you. It feels like the right time.
Tell me what? That you've been secretly pining for me all these years? Writing poems in my name and staring wistfully out the window? I knew it.
No, Ashley, I'm married. With a wife, a real actual wife.
Married? You're married? You're totally pulling my leg, right? This is some kind of incredibly elaborate, slightly cruel prank your friends put you up to.
No, Ashley, I am really, truly not joking. I've been married for a few years now. Her name is... and she's wonderful.
Married to who? I don't even recognize that name. Where did you even find a wife in the desolate wasteland of a post-Ashley world? This has to be a clerical error.
It's not a clerical error, Ashley. It's the reality of my life.
Well, that's certainly a development. But you know what? That doesn't actually change the fundamental connection we have, does it? What we had was special, like written in the stars.
Ashley, it changes everything. I'm happy in my marriage. I'm not looking to revisit the past like that. My commitment is to my wife.
Oh, you still playing hard to get. It's almost endearing. But seriously, Sunday, don't even think about standing me up. This is our moment.
Ashley, I am not going to dinner with you on Sunday. I am married, and I respect my wife and my marriage. Please understand that. This isn't going to happen.
Michael, guess who's practically vibrating with excitement? Me. This sushi dinner is going to be so unbelievably romantic. I can already taste the deliciousness and the sparks flying between us. Oh my gosh, you're going to be so surprised when you get here. I took a little initiative. Consider it a pre-celebration of our inevitable future. So remember how I mentioned my amazing parents? Well, they were just so thrilled about our reconnection that they wanted to come along and give you their official blessing. Consider this your pre-marriage meet and greet. They're waiting patiently and are just dying to meet you. Daddy even brought his best sake. He said it's for a proper toast to our future happiness. Isn't that just the sweetest thing ever? You know, I've been doing a little daydreaming about our life together. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. Think gorgeous vacations, amazing parties, and me finally getting to be the wealthy wife I was always meant to be. You've certainly made that dream a very real possibility, my love. Just pulled up to the restaurant. It's even more swanky than I remembered. Perfect for our special night. I snagged us a fantastic table right by the window. The view is almost as breathtaking as you are going to look tonight. We're all here and waiting for you, darling. Don't keep us in suspense too long. The anticipation is killing me. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Michael, oh my gosh, this restaurant is even more amazing in person. The ambience is totally romantic. You are going to love it. The little water features are so zen, and the lighting is just perfect for reconnecting. They even have private rooms. Oh, just imagine the possibilities. Seriously, when are you going to get here? The sushi chef is doing incredible things, like this dragon roll with real gold flakes. You're missing out on culinary magic. Plus, they have this amazing tuna that's flown in fresh daily, and the sake list is pages long. Michael, you there? It's been a little while. Almost 2 hours now. Is everything okay? Just wondering when you'll be arriving. My parents are getting a little antsy to meet you. They're asking all sorts of questions about your company.
What the? I set my phone down for 1 freaking hour and this is what happens? I come back to hundreds of notifications from the one person I don't want to hear from?
Michael, you finally texted back. Yay! I was starting to think you got lost or something. So glad you're here, virtually. You wouldn't believe how much they're fawning over my stories about you. They think you're this incredibly successful and incredibly generous man. Just wanted to say dinner was absolutely divine. The uni was like a taste of the ocean. The toro just melted in my mouth. Plus, they have this incredible sake pairing menu. The sommelier even gave us a special recommendation, and we tried this amazing sea urchin roe. You really missed out on a truly special experience. Okay, so a little situation has come up. The bill just arrived, and it's $3,000. It seems like we got a little carried away with the ordering. The otoro was particularly irresistible. And then my uncle ordered this whole platter of sashimi, so when you get here, you can just take care of that, right? After all, you always were so generous.
$3,000? Ashley, are you completely out of your mind? I told you repeatedly I wasn't coming to any dinner. And I'm married. Why on earth would I pay for your ridiculously expensive meal with your entire extended family? Apparently including a very hungry uncle.
Oh, stop pretending to be all surprised and innocent. We both know you wanted to see me, and now you are, in spirit. Just be true to your feelings, Michael. This is our moment. Think of it as an investment in our future happiness. You know you want to, deep down.
Ashley, there is no our future happiness. There never was even much past happiness for us. Leave me alone. I haven't even lived in that state for about 4 years now. I moved across the country for my job. Get a serious grip on reality.
What? 4 years? You moved 4 years ago and didn't even tell me? You're really not coming? Oh my God. My parents are going to kill me. They were so excited. And my uncle is threatening to leave without paying.
Yes, Ashley, 4 years. I told you all of this before. This entire ridiculous situation with you and your extended family at a fancy restaurant, expecting me to show up and foot a $3,000 bill? It's all on you. You need to face the music and take responsibility for your actions.
But the bill, what are we supposed to do about the $3,000? That's like a month's rent for some people. We even ordered some of that fancy Wagyu beef, and my uncle had like 10 beers.
You and your entire freeloading party can figure out how to pay it yourselves. Why would I be responsible for your extravagant choices and your uncle's beer tab when I wasn't even there and explicitly said I wouldn't be?
But no one brought their wallets. We were all so caught up in the excitement of our reunion. We all just assumed you were treating since you're doing so incredibly well right now. It's a bit embarrassing, to be honest. My uncle is saying he thought this was some kind of business dinner.
You have got to be kidding me. You brought your entire freeloading crew, including your uncle and his beer habit, to a $3,000 sushi and Wagyu beef dinner, expecting me to pay, even though I explicitly told you I wasn't coming, that I'm married, and that I haven't even lived in that state for 4 years? This is beyond delusional. Take responsibility for your catastrophic and frankly entitled decisions, Ashley. I am absolutely done with this conversation. Good luck.
Michael, please. This is a total catastrophe. My parents are apoplectic. My uncle is trying to wash dishes to pay for his beer. Can you please help us out just this once? We can pay you back later, I swear, on everything. We can even offer you a lifetime supply of my aunt's questionable knitting. Michael, are you there? Michael, you up? Last night was totally insane. My parents are still freaking out, and it's all because you bailed. Hope you feel just awful. Anyway, about that seriously messed up bill, $3,000. Seriously? If you'd just shown up like you were supposed to, none of this would be happening. Just saying.
Ashley, are you for real right now? Totally insane? The only thing insane was you thinking I was going to show up. And don't even try to stick me with that bill.
Well, it's not all my fault. You're the one who texted me after all this time. You got my hopes up. And now we're totally broke. It is so unfair. Why are you doing this to me?
I said hi after 8 years, and I flat out told you I was married and wouldn't be meeting you for dinner. How much clearer do I need to be? This is on you, lady. You pay for your fancy sushi.
But we're gonna be in so much trouble. My parents are gonna kill me. My uncle's threatening to pawn his watch. You gotta help us, Michael, please.
Help you? After you completely ignored everything I said and created this whole train wreck? No way! You need to deal with the consequences of your own crazy actions. Not my problem.
But you're loaded now. You got all that CEO money. Can't you just be a decent human being and spot us this once? We'll totally pay you back, promise. Maybe, in installments? Please, Michael, we're desperate.
Loaded? You blew $3,000 on sushi based on a fantasy. My CEO money isn't for bailing out your delusions. Figure it out yourself.
You can be such a jerk sometimes, you know that? After everything we used to be, you're just gonna leave us hanging? I thought you were a better guy than this.
Everything we used to be mostly involved me paying for your bottomless pit of a stomach. I remember you eating half my pizza without asking and then acting shocked when I didn't have enough for another slice. This is vintage Ashley.
That was ages ago. People change. I'm way more considerate now. Besides, this was a total emergency. We're talking serious cash here. Can't you just cut us a break for old time's sake?
For old time's sake, I remember old times as me constantly being broke because you ate like there was no tomorrow and never chipped in. Nope, not cutting you a break. This is on you.
You're really gonna let us twist in the wind like this? My parents are yelling their heads off. My uncle's blaming me for losing his shirt at poker. This is all your fault for not being clearer that you were a total you-know-what.
Not being clearer? I told you I was married and wasn't coming. What more do you want? Skywriting? The only you-know-what here is the one who ran up a $3,000 bill based on a complete lie.
But the class reunion, you said there was someone you wanted to see. It had to be me. Fate brought us together again. Why are you being such a meanie and denying it?
The someone I wanted to see were actual friends from high school, people I have history with, not a former girlfriend who's living in La La Land, and I only went because I was briefly back in town at the time.
Yeah, and you didn't even bother to tell me you moved away. See, you were being all shady.
I had no obligation to tell you. You're nobody to me. What am I supposed to do? Send out a group text to every single person I've ever met whenever anything important happens in my life? And none of this is relevant to the fact that I'm married and have zero interest in a repeat performance of our romance.
So, you went to the reunion, and you didn't even care about seeing me after all the history we share? I don't believe you.
Our history mostly involves me buying you enough food to feed a small army. And no, the reunion wasn't about you.
But Stacy totally said you were looking around all wistful. It had to be me. She even hinted that you were still carrying a torch.
Stacy is either clueless or messing with you, and here's a news flash. You weren't even invited to the reunion. Apparently your past behavior at these things was memorable for all the wrong reasons.
Not invited? That's a total lie. Everyone gets invited. You're just saying that to be a jerk.
Nope, it's the truth. Your little incident at a previous reunion with an industrial-sized amount of food and a rather epic mess got you blacklisted.
That was one little thing. You guys never let me live it down. It is so unfair. Ugh!
One little thing that got our class banned from the venue. Yeah, real minor.
So, you went to the reunion and you didn't want to see me? And I wasn't even invited? My life is so unfair. Everyone's always so mean to me.
Your life is a direct result of your own choices and your refusal to face reality. Now, about that $3,000 tab that you and your uninvited guests ran up.
Yeah, that. What am I gonna do? We have no cash. This is a total nightmare. You're the only one who can help me. My life is over.
You're a grown woman. Figure it out. And for the last freaking time, leave me alone. My life is over here with my wife, a million miles away from your self-inflicted drama.
Michael, please. Just a tiny bit of help. My parents are gonna kick me to the curb. I'll do anything.
You're free to do anything you want. I'm not lifting a finger for you. I'm blocking your number now. Goodbye.
Michael, no, you can't do that to me. Please, can't you just give me a little bit of money? I'll settle for $2,000. Okay, $1,500. Final offer. Michael?
Well, that was one adventure I definitely didn't ask for. Turns out Ashley's family were infamous for showing up uninvited and cleaning out everyone's dinner. So, when word got around about their $3,000 sushi stunt, the neighbors finally snapped. They started showing up at Ashley's place, demanding payback for years of free meals. The heat got so intense the family had to bail, moving into some tiny, cheap apartment. And get this, Ashley's dad got caught red-handed at work swiping some poor guy's lunch. They checked security camera footage in the employee break room and found he'd been doing it for years, so he got canned. Last I heard, the whole uninvited dinner crew was teetering on the edge of homelessness. Talk about a spectacular implosion.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey Sarah, do you have a moment? There's something I'd like to talk to you about, if that's all right. Oh, hello Olivia. Always nice to hear from you. I'm actually on my lunch break right now, so I think I should be able to talk for a little bit. What's on your mind? Is there anything that I can do for you? Actually, there is, since you've asked. You see, Rachel has just recently gotten divorced, and she wants to come live with us. Also, she'll be bringing along her boyfriend Tyler as well. Wait, hold on a second. Maybe I'm not understanding correctly. Rachel got divorced and she has a boyfriend? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That's right, her husband found out that her and Tyler were having an affair behind his back, so they split up. It's really a shame my poor sweet daughter getting cast aside like that. But she was the one who was cheating, wasn't she? Perhaps, but that's only because she's really serious about this Tyler guy. They've already been talking about getting married, so they're going to come live with us. Okay, let me just make sure I have this whole thing clear. Rachel cheated on her husband with this Tyler guy, right? And now Rachel and the man that she cheated on her husband with want to come and move in with us? That's right. But you really shouldn't be acting so confused that this is happening. I mean, life is a journey, and you never know where it's going to take you sometimes. You really need to have a little more sympathy, Sarah. I understand that life can rarely go as you plan it, but I think that applies more to Rachel's ex-husband than it does Rachel, don't you think? I mean, she was the one who cheated, right? I really think that cheating is such a nasty term. What happened is that my daughter just so happened to find her true love after she had gotten married. Honestly, you really need to try and keep more of an open mind about these things. I really am not sure if I can agree with you on that one. Well, I guess that just means that you're close-minded and bigoted then. Anyways, that isn't even the main thing I wanted to talk to you about. I see. So then what is it that you wanted to talk to me about? Well, the thing is that Tyler doesn't have a job. You see... Wait a second. Wasn't Rachel also a housewife before this? So you're telling me that neither of those two have any sort of employment at all? Yes, that's right. I'm glad that you seem to understand that part easily enough. So anyways, they're going to arrive tomorrow to live with us. Tomorrow? That's way too soon. I know it's sudden, but I also know that you have a really nice, well-paying job, and that's why, for the time being, you're going to pay for all of their expenses. Excuse me? And just who is deciding all of this? I never remember agreeing to that. I am deciding it, of course. I just told you that those two don't have jobs. How are they supposed to take care of themselves if they don't even have any money? So you need to learn to open your heart and give back to your family in need. And just why does the burden of doing all of that have to fall on me? I never agreed to any of this. This is the first I'm hearing that all this even happened. You can't just tell me this is something I'll have to deal with from now on, and I certainly don't want either of them living in my house. I don't remember ever asking for your input on this matter, Sarah. You need to understand that this isn't your house, it's mine. I make the rules around here, and what I say goes. I expect you to go along with this, and I don't want to hear any more complaints out of you. You think that you're in charge around here? Well, of course I am. You're my son's wife, which means that you're beneath me in the family. You just have to be a good daughter-in-law and do as I say. Do you understand? And by do as you say, you mean cover all the expenses for the two people who are going to move in with us tomorrow? I really don't know if there's even room in the budget to be able to pay for 2 more mouths to feed around here. No, you listen here, young lady. You might be my daughter-in-law, but Rachel is my daughter, and Tyler might become my new son-in-law. These are your family members just as much as they are mine, and you will do everything you can for them. But they aren't even married yet. They're just moving in unannounced, and for some reason, I'm the one who's going to have to pay for everything. If you don't like it, then why don't you just get a divorce? If you hate being a member of this family so much, then why don't you just divorce my son and never come back, huh? Because I know that my Rex is a good boy who would always do as his mother tells him. I really don't think that Rex is going to just go along with this just because you want it to happen, Olivia. But I suppose we'll just have to talk about this tonight, won't we? No, I really don't see any point in talking about this. Rachel and Tyler have already packed their bags and they will arrive tomorrow whether you like it or not. You can either accept it or leave. Your choice. Rex, I know that you're away on your business trip right now, but I really could use your advice right now, if you have a minute to talk.
Sarah, of course I have time to talk. Is everything okay? Did something happen at home or something?
Well, it's about your mom, actually. She said something to me this afternoon that really kind of worried me. She told me that your sister Rachel cheated on her husband and now she's divorced. But then she told me that she's still with this guy she cheated on her husband with, Tyler, and then now both of them are coming to live with us. She told me they were going to be arriving with all their bags tomorrow and that I didn't have a say in it at all.
Whoa, what? Hold on, that is a lot to take in all at once. I don't even know how to begin a response to something like that.
But it's true. She told me about all of this in the afternoon via text. Not only that, but on top of everything I've just said, she demanded that I pay for everything that the two of them might need, since neither of them are working.
Did she really say that to you? What in the world could my mom be thinking? That's just crazy.
I know, right? I tried telling her that it was just unacceptable, but she refused to listen to me.
And Rachel, too. I just can't believe that she would do something like that. I never thought that she was the kind of person at all.
I know what you mean. I just heard that all of this was happening, and I was really shocked that Rachel actually did something like that. But more than that, I was shocked that your mom appeared to take Rachel's side in this and even pitied her for her divorce.
Well, my mom has always let Rachel get away with basically whatever she wanted. But I think that's all it's done for Rachel is make her think that she can get away with doing whatever she wants. Even I've tried talking to Rachel about not acting out, but she just doesn't listen to me. Still, I never thought that she would go as far as to do something like this.
I know that you and Rachel have had troubles in the past, Rex. You've talked to me about them before. I do really think that you're sweet for trying to talk some sense into her, even though she doesn't listen.
To be honest with you, I think one of the reasons my parents ended up divorcing was because he just couldn't watch my mom raise his kids that way.
Oh, I don't think you've ever told me that before.
By the way, you said this guy's name was Tyler, right? You didn't have to get his last name, did you?
Your mom mentioned it to me once back at home. Tyler Sanders is his full name, I think.
Tyler Sanders. Now that name is really ringing a bell.
Well, I really don't know. I could be getting things wrong. You could say that my mind was on other things while I was talking to your mom.
Of course, that makes total sense. But either way, that name is just really gonna bug me. I think I'll need to look into this Tyler guy. If he's the guy that I'm thinking of, I think I might have actually met him before. He was a friend of a friend of a friend or something like that. But for some reason, the name just stuck in my head.
I see. Well, okay then, if that's the case, let me know if you find out anything interesting about him.
Of course. You'll be the first to know. Anyways, I'm gonna text some friends and see if I can figure this out.
Got it. Good luck with that, Rex. Olivia? Where are you right now? I need you here. What are you talking about? Why are you texting me with that tone, huh? I'm not grabbing dinner with friends. What do you want? Make it quick. I'm trying to enjoy myself. Well, it's about Rachel and Tyler, actually. What about those two? They've been at home since the afternoon. Did you finally get to meet them? Yes, I did meet them when I came home from work. But I was just wondering why those two were in my bedroom and acting like it was theirs. They said they already unpacked all their things and were looking forward to finally having a room again. Not only that, but all my stuff was strewn all over the place in the backyard. I want to know just what is going on here. Well, you gave up your room for those two, of course. That's why I tossed all your stuff outside in the yard. Any other questions? I didn't give up my room to anyone. It sounds to me like you decided that for me and emptied out my bedroom. Well, then I hope this just helps you reconsider about financially supporting these two while they get back on their feet. What are you talking about, Olivia? What does one of those things have to do with the other? I just mean that you were so adamant that you wouldn't be contributing to those two's financial needs. Given that that was the case, I saw a little alternative but to give them your room. I don't care what kind of little games you're trying to play with me right now. I'm not giving up my room or giving them any money. You're trying to rope me into something that I never wanted and was never even asked about, and I'm not going to sit here and take it. Well then, I guess you might as well get used to having your things sitting out on the lawn. You better hope that it doesn't rain. I'd hate for all your things to get ruined. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I did hear that there was going to be rain tonight. And just who do you think you are condescending me like that, huh? I mean, why do you think you get to decide everything that goes on in this house? That's the exact same thing that I would like to ask you, Sarah. You're my daughter-in-law, and yet you think that you have a right to argue with anything that your mother-in-law tells you to do. You ought to learn your place. You really want to talk about who has the right to do what in this house? Of course. And since you were so insistent about disobeying me about giving them money, so I invoked my right to toss all your things out of my house. I honestly can't believe that you're being so cruel to these poor two lovers. They have no place to go and nothing but each other's love to keep them going, and you're really upset that they're in your room? I told you once, and I'll tell you again. You either do as I say, or you can get out. Those are your two options. Hey Rex, I was just curious if you were on your way home already?
Yeah, I'm on a train right now. Should be a few hours before I'm back. How are things going at home? I'm almost scared to ask, but did Rachel and Tyler end up arrive yesterday like my mom said they would?
Yes, they got here yesterday afternoon and they're already making themselves at home. In fact, they've hijacked our bedroom as their own.
Hijacked our bedroom? What does that mean exactly?
Well, when I got home from work yesterday, the two of them had arrived. They had all their stuff unpacked in our room and all my things had been thrown out into the backyard. Your mom said she did it because I was arguing with her. She said that if I wasn't going to help them financially, then it was her right to throw all of my things outside.
You have to be kidding me. Honestly, just what is she thinking? I can't believe my mom is acting this way. It's ridiculous. Sarah, I just want you to know how sorry I am that my mom is putting us through all of this.
Rex, it's not you who should be apologizing, though. It's your mom.
Speaking of my mom, where was she when you got home? And did you manage to get your things back inside okay?
Your mom said she was out grabbing lunch with friends. As for me, I had to quickly go and rent a moving truck to store all my stuff until this gets figured out. I'm staying in a hotel for the time being.
Oh, jeez, I am so sorry you're having to go through all of this.
I'm sorry I couldn't tell you about any of this sooner. I was running around like crazy last night, and I didn't even have a moment to catch my breath until it was already past midnight.
It's okay, it sounds like you need to just take a rest for now.
It's the one right by Union Station that we always walk by.
Ah, got it. Well, would you like to meet me when I arrive at the station? I think I've finally figured out who this Tyler guy is, and we have to talk about it.
You really figured it out? Was he the guy that you thought he was the whole time?
It's way too long to even begin to type out, honestly. I'm gonna have to stop by my office after I arrive, but I promise to tell you all about this evening, okay? But still, I arrive at the station in a couple of hours and will tell my bosses I'm taking an early lunch. I really can't wait to see you, sweetie.
Oh, me neither, Rex. I just want all this to be over already. So I guess I'll meet you at the station around 11 then.
Perfect, I'll see you then. Perfect, I'll see you then, Sarah. Get some rest in the meantime.
Hey, Rex, I just wanted to say that I'm really grateful for you telling all about what you found out at lunch. I know that you said you would in the evening, but I just couldn't wait that long to find out.
Of course, Sarah. I didn't mean to tease you with that kind of information. I just wasn't sure how long it would take to lay it all out.
I know. I was really shocked by what you told me. I mean, even having met Tyler, I never thought that he was that kind of person.
I know, right? When my friend told me about him, I just felt myself getting goosebumps and remember a really bad feeling coming over me.
I mean, if that kind of person is living in our home right now, I think I'd rather stay in the hotel than go back.
You're right. That's a good idea. You should stay there until we have everything ready.
Sarah, I am sick and tired of playing this game with you. Just how long are you going to keep us all waiting, What are you going on about this time, Olivia? Don't you pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about. I want to know when you're going to start giving money to Rachel and Tyler. How many times are you going to make me repeat myself? I am not going to give either of them a single cent. I never said that I was going to. I've only told you that this isn't going to happen, so stop asking. You really are starting to get on my last nerve. But if you refuse to listen to your mother-in-law, then I have no choice but to make Rex divorce you.
Mom, are you there? We need to talk.
Oh, Rex! Perfect timing, son. I was actually just about to message you, funnily enough. It's about your wife, you see. I've told Sarah over and over again that she needs to help support Rachel and Tyler, and she simply refuses to obey me. Do you think you could try talking some sense into her?
Actually, Sarah and I have decided to move out of that house.
Wait, what? What do you mean you two are moving out?
Well, Sarah has already loaded up all of her belongings that you threw out in the yard. Not that you've noticed. And I spent all night last night packing up my own things while everyone was asleep. And now Sarah and I are together.
Hold on a second. You two are really going to move out of the house? But where are you going to go? Where are you both now?
I'm not going to tell you, Mom. In fact, Sarah and I never want to talk to you again.
You can't just cut your mother out of your life like this. That's ridiculous.
No, Mom, the only ridiculous thing about the situation is you. And I'm not going to stand by any longer while you try to control my wife.
Control her? I am her mother-in-law. I'm not controlling her. She's just disobeying me. Every time I ask her to make the smallest of sacrifices for this family, she flat out refuses to do so. You need to remind her of her place in this house right now.
Mom, tell me how much you know about this Tyler guy that Rachel is seeing.
What do you mean, what do I know about him? He's Rachel's boyfriend, and that's all that matters.
I'm afraid you're quite misinformed. Tyler actually had an affair with the wives of one of my friends.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
And it wasn't just once. Tyler has a history as being a serial cheater. In fact, he has a debt of more than $1 million from all the adultery cases that he was part of.
He owes more than $1 million in debt?
That's right. When I first heard his name, it really rung a bell for me. I asked around, and I'm quite sure that the man who Rachel is seeing now is the same one that's known for sleeping around so much. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised at all if this was all part of some elaborate plan of his to have a place to live and get someone to cover all of his bills for him. Maybe he's even roped Rachel into this little scheme of his too.
You don't actually think your sister is trying to scam her own family, do you?
I think that I would really be careful with your money. Unless it's already too late. When was the last time that you checked how much you have in your accounts? Unless it's true what Sarah told me about how you took all the money that you got from Dad during the divorce, withdrew it in cash, and kept it for safekeeping in your house.
I thought that it would be a good nest egg for when I retire. Besides, you know I hate all that funny money and card business. The money just doesn't feel real unless I have it in my hands.
And do you think it's possible that Tyler might have heard about this money through Rachel or something?
You don't really think.
I'm just saying, it wouldn't hurt to make sure everything is where you left it.
But that was all my money. It was what I was going to live off of for the rest of my life. This can't be happening. Sarah, are you there? You have to help me. It's just horrible. What is it this time, Olivia? My retirement money. My savings, all $30,000 of it is gone, vanished. Oh, really? You mean all that cash you kept in your room? That's right. I couldn't find it anywhere, and I asked Rachel if she might have known where it went. She told me that her and Tyler used it all on a party that they held celebrating moving in with us. Wow, how do you even spend that amount of money on a single party? That's actually impressive. No, it isn't. It's my money, and I want it back. You have to help me. And just why are you coming to me to ask for help? I would quit wasting your time texting me and start looking for a job instead. But I'm your mother-in-law, Sarah. You owe me for letting you live with me. That's why you have to help me. Olivia, I'd like to ask you something that I've had on my mind for a while now. Do you think that you were the one letting me live with you? Well, what do you mean by that? You don't have any other family or anything, so obviously when you got married, this house would go to me. That's just how you show respect to your in-laws. I know that both my parents are dead, thank you very much. What I want to know is how you think you suddenly own the house that they left to me. I inherited the lease to the house, and I've been paying rent on it ever since. So then, you're saying that you're the owner? That is exactly what I'm saying. I've had this house since before I got married, and after Rex and I did get married, he moved in with me. Then, after your divorce, Rex and I took pity on you and agreed to let you live with us. Of course, that was before I knew just how difficult living with you was going to be. That can't be true! I'm not done yet. Now that you've invited Rachel and Tyler to live with us, I just don't see the point in staying there any longer. I've canceled the lease for the house, and you all have until the end of the month to move out. You, Tyler, and Rachel all better start packing your stuff quick. But you can't do that! Where am I supposed to go? I just told you that I lost all of my retirement money. That's a problem for you to figure out. Apparently, Tyler was in more debt than what he owed to the court. I heard late from a neighbor one night a black van showed up outside our old house. Some strong-looking men stepped out, barged their way into the house, took Tyler and Rachel, and drove off into the night. I don't even want to think about what happened to those two. As for Olivia, with no money and no house, she had to go back to work and learn to live on her own again. I hear that she's living in a tiny apartment, barely making ends meet these days. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.